guys, John here. So I've been reading your comments about my question on any ideas for a video. Yeah, I know, I look horrible, but it's not about me. So I thought of a video I could do tonight since I'm bored, and so I'll just get right into it. The video is about what's in my Possibles mug. Mine's just a plain brown leather bag, nothing elaborate about it. And yeah, I'm gonna just, my hair is almost blinding and the color washed out. It happens. Well, this fell out, so this will be the first thing I covered. Even though you always carry a Zippo too, you never know what kind of situation that you're gonna get in. And this Altoids can is my fire starting kit that my dearest friend Jeff Tinsley made for me. That is, I can't even think of the name of the rope, but you shred it open to make you a nest to throw a spark into. That's my striker. This was handmade by a blacksmith named Charlie at Heritage Farms, West Virginia. Of course, you gotta have your flint. And I got this covered with a piece of deer hide. Charcoal. One day I'll try, after my tripod gets here, which I do. I've actually ordered a tripod. It's on its way. When it gets here, I'll show you how to do flint and steel. Make you a fire when there's no cigarette lighters or matches around. I'm not an expert at that, but I can do it. Next thing I'm going to cover is the short starter. It's got 2 legs. Yeah, I made this when my old one broke. That's a gear shifter off an old lawnmower. That's a 38 hole hammered into it. Just a regular old wood dowel rod. Anyway, the way this works is you on single shot or double barrel muzzle loaders, after you put your powder down the barrel, you put your patch on top, your ball, you take the short leg, and you start it in. And I got this one designed particularly for my lineman's plane pistol, so I don't even have to use this one. But with a rifle, you would take the long leg and push it on down a few inches. Then you would draw your round rod and push it down onto the powder. You really don't want to sit there and pump it like that, like some people do. Just ease it down onto the, make sure it's touching the powder. That's all you really have to do. I'll talk about this a little more in a minute. You need a powder measure. Now this one in particulars for my rifle. It has 2 marks on it. The bottom one is for an 80 grain charge, and the top is for 120. And that's a buffalo horn. Now it's gonna sound even naughtier. Now this ain't traditional. Traditional ball bags are made out of like leather. I got a Ziploc baggie. Holds ammo, and I put my scalps in there too. Keeps the moisture out of them. This is for my musket rifle, another little invention of mine. It's just an Allen wrench with a socket on it. You stick that down and you just twist the nipple. Twist those nipples. Twist the nipple right off. That's my patch knife. And this knife is special to me. It's very old. This was my grandfather's knife. It's an old case knife. Yeah, case. And it belonged to my grandpa. But sometimes, just sometimes, I do cheat. I got scissors too. In this Altoids can, I've actually got my lubed patching material and a stick of my homemade lube. This is made out of 50% beeswax, 40% pig lard, and 10% ballistol. It smells so good. It smells like ballistol. And the ballistol helps actually with the cleaning, when you're putting the water into the barrel to clean it. The ballistol in here instantly start making moose milk, so it helps clean it. It's a little trick that I learned. I know that I'm ugly as sin right now. I'm tired. My head is throbbing. This occipital neuralgia, it's really wearing me down. But, you know, it is what it is. Love you guys. You know, gotta try to suck it up and do some things. Just a pill box, pill bottle with cleaning patches in it. And I use it's the same, it's just cut up piece. I can use it as my patching material as well. All I gotta do is lube it. It's the same, it'll come off the exact same sheet. Oh yeah, just a little tip. Seems like to me when using real black powder, linen works the best. Whereas with like 777, to me, cotton works the best for patching. This is my other powder measure. It's a fixed powder measure. It holds a 50 grain charge. And that's what I use in this bad girl. Look at the size of that bore. 54 caliber. And y'all are probably going to laugh at me about this, but last and not least in my kit, just in case, like, I don't know, a bunny rabbit hops out and, well, I don't want to spook the deer off, but maybe I want a bunny rabbit for dinner. Got my wrist rocket. It's really quiet. You pop a rabbit in the head with that with a 36 caliber round ball, it's game over. I think it's everything. Yeah, so I guess I'll go into a little more detail about this. So if you're just starting out in muzzleloading, I'm not in any way putting down traditions or the old CVA Hawkins style rifles and stuff. I'm not downgrading them, but in my opinion, I would go for a lineman. They're kind of midway on the price, and from what I've seen, they're just as good as some of the more expensive, more elaborate guns. This is a Lyman Plains pistol, 54 caliber, and I have tested it with a chronograph and run the numbers with a 40 grain charge of 777 3F. It kicks a 230 grain patched round ball out at 1200 feet a second. It's pretty darn impressive. What that translates into, it's like being hit with a 44 Magnum. Like Winchester, I'm not talking Buffalo or 44 Magnum here, I'm talking, like Winchester, Wattbox, or Remington 240 grains. It's hitting like that, but with a 54 caliber hole. They also make the Plains rifle that bears up with this. That comes in 54 or 50 caliber. I chose the 54 because in black powder, really the bigger the bore, the deadlier the gun, if you can hit with it, because black powder is not as energy efficient as smokeless powder, so you can't, it has its limits on how fast you can drive it. That's why they went to bigger bores out west. When we started moving out west, little 32, 36, 40 caliber rifles in the eastern, mountains and all that, it just wasn't cutting it out there on the grizzlies and the buffaloes, so they went to much larger bores. Oh yeah, I forgot about something. This is probably the most essential thing to the kit. You need powder. But it's not actually in my powder bag. This will be slung across my shoulder, hanging off my hip. My friend Jeff Tinsley made this beautiful horn too by hand. I got a video on that, go check it out. So, as Hickok 45 says, I'm gonna give you guys a little bonus for the ones who really don't know. Those look so weird. So basically how you would load this would translate to the long rifles too. I mean, the rifle's just like it, it's just a rifle. You take the powder measure and you hold, take the spout off, pour the amount you need, which this would be 50. You would pour it directly down the barrel. But here's a little tilt. Keep your gun tilted like this. That way when the powder comes down, it'll trickle down into your baluster thing there that holds the powder for the charge. Give it just a little pat, or if you got a rifle, just a little tap on the ground to settle the powder in. And just for demonstration purposes, you would take your patched, your patching material, the lube, or you spit on it, spit on it, put it over the barrel, and take your ball, put it on top, sprue up, and that's where the short starter comes in. You would bump the ball down, start it. If you didn't have pre-cut patches, you would twist it and use your patch knife or scissors to cut it off even. Then you take this and you just, with this one, as you can see, it's set up with this. You just ram it on home, as they call it. But you know, if you don't have that, if it's shorter, most are only about this long, then you would, withdraw your ramrod. And like I said, just ease it down and put just a little pressure on it. Don't sit there and pump it. You'll never get consistent accuracy if you just ram it down. Then you put your gun on half cock. Depending on how many sets are in the hammer, this one has 2. Put your nipple on, your cowboy, your nipple. You can leave it on half cock, or if you just miss a shoot, pull it on back to full cock. Or to lower the hammer, this is a little tricky. I want to use my left hand because I have nerve damage in my right, and it's hard for me to, I'm not very strong in that hand. Anyway, you just hold the hammer kind of tight and it ease the hammer down, at the trigger down, and just lower it down onto the cow. Another little trick, if you're hunting, and I do use this for hunting, it packs a wallet. If you don't want those clicks that can really spook a deer, hold the trigger down, ease the hammer back, ease your finger off the trigger, and you're set. All you gotta do is press the trigger and you're ready to go. I guess since it's sitting here, one last thing I'll cover. So I've had people ask me this too. If I was starting out in black powder shooting, and I had to be careful with this one because it is loaded, what would be my first pistol, revolver to get? Well, I like the Remington design better for if I actually had to use it for combat or hunting, because it's quicker to work with and it's stronger because of the top strap. But if I was going to choose my first ball and caliber revolver, it would be the 1851 Navy. Birdie or Piata is fine. They both function okay, they both work. This one's a Piata. And it's actually my favorite pistol to shoot. I just like to shoot. And I do carry this around the pasture in the woods, etc. for a personal protection gun. I'm going to get a conversion cylinder for 38 long Colt, just to eliminate any problems that you have with percussion revolvers, since I do carry this. But why I say this is a first revolver, it's very simple to load. It's 36 caliber. They do make a 44 caliber, but I prefer the 36 for a starter gun, with a 15 grain charge of 3F powder and a 36 caliber round ball. There's basically no recoil to this. And you can load it up with black powder to be around the strength of a 380 by modern day terms. But you can bump it up. There's a way to do that if you want more power. Switch over to 777 3F and 130 grain lead conical, or the Cato 145 grain conical. And this one, it spits them out about 950 feet a second with 130 grain conical. That's putting it right up into 38 special territory. Very easy gun, plus it's pleasing on the eye. It doesn't look exactly threatening or ugly. It's quick, it's light, it's not heavy. And it's quick to get into action. It's a natural pointer. So yeah, that would be my first choice for a starter pistol. I would go ahead and get the steel frame. One, it's historical, the brass frame isn't. But two, with a steel frame, you can load it hot, like with 777, and it won't damage the gun. Whereas a brass frame eventually shoot loose if you use heavy loads in it. Plus, with a steel frame, if you want to, like I said, you can get a conversion for it. And I think the conversions come in 38 long Colt and 38 short Colt. I'd have to get back with y'all on that for sure. The sights on them are kind of crude, but they really work well. It's an accurate gun in my opinion. In fact, out of every modern pistol I've shot, I would put it up against any of them for accuracy when loaded right. Very accurate. And the field strip, it's just simple as voila. You push that retainer pin thingy out, pop the barrel off, pop the cylinder off, bam, you're ready to go. Once you get to doing it all the time, you can just about do it with your eyes shut. The hardest part for me is getting that pin back in. But yeah, if you're out on the field, out on the range, and something happens and you need to clean it or get a stuck cap, which I gotta warn you, with the Colt models, whether it's the 51 Navy all the way around to the Colt Walker and the Colt Patterson style, they are very prone to getting the busted caps stuck in the action, which will jam it up. You don't really have to worry about that with the Remington too much. And I'll cover in another video how you can stop that from happening. But all in all, this would be my top pick for starter revolver. Yeah, you'll be amazed by the balance of it too. It's very well balanced. Anyway, so that's what's in my possibles bag. Sometimes give or take some candy because I am diabetic. And the basics of loading a single shot muzzle loader, and what I think would be a good starter gun for handgun for somebody just getting into this. Plus those 51 Navies, sometimes you can lock up and they're really cheap. I just paid $100 for that one. So guys, this is Joni, Ruger Old Army Girl, over and out. Mwah.